Welcome to Chapter 2, the longest and most foundational chapter of the course. Before we get to the biblical and comparative material, we need the working vocabulary of ethics as a discipline. Ethical inquiry operates on 4 levels. Descriptive ethics is empirical. It tells you what people and cultures in fact believe and do. Normative ethics is the heart of the field. It asks what we ought to do, the standards by which actions are judged right or wrong. Metaethics steps back further. What do moral terms even mean, and where does moral authority come from? And applied ethics takes normative principles into concrete domains, like dental practice. This course lives mostly in applied ethics, but it rests on normative and metaethical foundations, which is why we have to touch all 4 levels. Now, the central metaethical question: when we say something is right or wrong, what makes it so? There are several classic answers. Divine authority. Morality is grounded in the will or character of God. Reason. Moral truths are discoverable by rational reflection. Nature. Morality is rooted in human nature and natural ends. Consequences. Rightness is a matter of outcomes. Social agreement. Norms arise from the conventions of a community, and sentiment, moral judgments express deep human feeling and empathy. Here's the thing: these aren't mutually exclusive. Most thoughtful people draw on several, but naming the source clarifies the debate, because disagreements about ethics are often really disagreements about where moral authority comes from. How does ethical reasoning actually work? Not just as deduction from fixed rules. Reasoning moves in both directions, from principles down to cases, and from hard cases back up to revise our principles. Philosophers call the balancing act reflective equilibrium, adjusting both until they cohere. And one distinction to carry forward from Chapter 1: law is not morality. They overlap, but some immoral acts are legal, and some moral duties are not legally required. The law sets a floor of enforceable conduct. Morality asks the fuller question of how we ought to live in practice. For the dentist, meeting the legal standard of care is necessary, but never sufficient for ethical practice. With that vocabulary in hand, we're ready for the heart of the book. Next video: Biblical Moral Law and the 2 Great Commandments.